Here we are at the Precious Blood Cemetery in South Hadley, Massachusetts. This cemetery belongs to the Precious Blood Church of Holyoke. And we're looking at two gravestones side by side, and they're here for a reason. I'll explain the story behind them. On the left here is a military plaque with a stone. This happens to be the stone for Anatole Dugas. He died in Cuba during the Spanish-American War. And you have his name. It's very hard to read on here. The plaque says Cuba, United States, U.S., veteran, Army, United Navy. And next to him is his friend from his boyhood. His friend is named Bonneville, and he has a similar plaque next to him. And he also, Joseph died July 2nd, 1898, also in Cuba, and was buried, both of them, on the site where the battle happened. And so they're here now, they're buried here, so what has happened along the way? So I'll explain to you what's happened. So what happened is, they were originally buried in Cuba, but that was not acceptable to the Veteran Society of Holyoke to have two members buried down in Cuba. They were one of 8 Holyoke residents that died during the Spanish-American War. 7 of them died in 1898 in the Cuban sector. 1 died in the Philippines in 1899. Some are buried on sites. 1 is lost, the one in the Philippines. Some have come back to the United States and died in the United States from the illness or wounds they acquired. 2 of them are buried in Forest Hill Cemetery of Holyoke, but 2 are here in the Precious Blood Cemetery. And the story is that the Veterans Society in 1899 decided to bring those 2 bodies back to be buried with a full service. So they had a funeral mass for them at the Precious Blood Church together. And then they were brought out here because this is their cemetery, and they were buried side by side. They were boyhood friends. Anatole Dugas and Joseph Bonneville went to the Precious Blood school for boys during the 1890s. They died at about 20 years old. And it's incredibly hard to read them, but about 5 years ago I was able to read their story about their burial in the Holyoke Transcript newspaper. And then I came out here and I figured out this is a stone, and I cleaned them up and I gradually read the names, and it's correct. The one on the left is Dugas, the one on the right is the Bonneville. So thank you for coming on this stop.